And welcome to the Geeks, Flicks, and Just the Podcast YouTube channel. This is your called... What you doing? You mind doing it on the mic? What you doing? Where we talk about what we watch and play during the week.
What you doing?
I am your host, Editor Prez. With me today, fucking Bubbles.
I was tricked into being here.
Yes. And my ghosty friend.
Felix.
Yeah, I said, hey, come on over. I got snacks. And then he was all, oh, yeah. And then I throw the cage on him.
It would be very easy to fucking kidnap this bitch.
Yeah, you just need some, like, chile candies.
Yeah, or a burrito.
Or chile.
Mm-hmm.
Not the fruit. Let's get into some shit, bruh.
Oh, okay.
I got a lot, but I'm gonna throw all my notes out the window. Let's start with some Murder Kona. I think I'm finishing on the rope of my Murder Kona row right here.
I was gonna ask you.
It's coming to an end, I think.
Yeah.
I'm watching everything, and I'm running out of things, and
I mean, I think
the
the
bloodthirstiness is going down.
And I think the most organic step for your murder corner is sloppy, shitty horror movie. So no, stop it.
Yeah, no.
Don't get into my turf.
But what I did watch was I Am a Killer. This is on Netflix. These are interviews with killers on death row.
Oh,
so
shit.
Death row is just people sitting there literally waiting to die. And each episode is a different prisoner. You go through their case, and it's kind of curious how they start off giving their story, and you're like, okay, you believe everything they say, right? Because it's the first we're hearing of the story in the case, so we're taking whatever they're saying as face value. And then the documentarians or whatever, they go outside the prison and talk to people who it affected, and it's like, no, he didn't do that. He did this. This is the evidence. This is that. So you're getting both sides of the story to piece together the story, right? In most cases, these inmates are trying to get out, or they're trying to prove something, or others are like, oh, I did it. I did it, and I'm reformed now, or they're trying to get for parole or ask for an appeal or whatever the fuck they're doing in their case. But this whole documentary follows that one case, one per person. It doesn't follow the whole case, but it's like they're interviewing them behind bars, and it's something as simple as guy accidentally kills girlfriend and cheater, and that's his side of the story, that he accidentally did it. But then it's like the family of no, he didn't do it. He was hunting them, and he was stalking them in la verga. So it's like,
oh shit! So they ramp it up. So the real story is like cranked up.
Yeah, the real story is cranked up. Well, you get both sides of the story.
Sides.
It was 2 seasons. It was 45 minutes an episode, like 10 episodes each. So this took me a little bit. It was another one. I got the adopted guy. He just stabs his grandparents. And what all these people have in common is they've been molested, or terrible things happened to them. I did want to shout out one guy, because this one line.
The fuck?
This one line, I was laughing so hard for like 20 minutes straight. So this guy, he's got low IQ, right? And they got doctors and everything, and if your IQ range is between a certain number, you are
retarded.
Pretty much, yes. That is the medical term that is used. You are retarded. So the whole time he's trying to prove that he's retarded. And it's pretty funny, because at the end he's like, well, I guess I'm not retarded. And I just started laughing. Like, it was fucking hilarious. He was all sad. He was all sad because he wanted to be retarded. Because being retarded would get him out of the jail system and put him into an insane asylum or some other institute, because you can't
so you get to live.
Right. That one was a good one. I enjoyed that for a few weeks.
So just for that line?
That whole line, yeah. I guess I'm not retarded. He was all sad about it too. Well, I guess I'm not retarded. Like, okay, bro.
Okay.
You're not. I found this other documentary. I think it was on HBO. It's called Crazy Not Insane. And this is about...
What? Crazy what?
Not insane.
Okay.
So it follows this doctor, and she's trying to prove or convince people back in the 60s and 70s and 80s about split personalities and about other things. Like, it's not...
Oh, wow.
They're not just evil. You know what I mean? So that's the whole documentary. Like she's trying to figure out why we kill, and then they're finding neurological evidence in our brains that these guys are missing that chunk in their brain, therefore they create those acts. That they all have early ongoing abuse, things in common. And then there's video of a Shawcross, that's the name of the guy, where he is talking as if he was his mom. So there's a thing that goes in the personality, and the mom takes over, and he's talking as if he was his mom.
And Norman Bates?
Kinda, pretty much. Norman Bates. And the mom is confessing to the killers, to the murders that he did. But he's like, I didn't do it. It was my mom. He don't even know it's his mom. But this therapist is like getting it all out of it. This is how much, and this goes back to, you can't convict people who don't know what they're being convicted for. This one guy committed so many murders, right? And and we're talking about the 70s. You get a last meal.
Yeah.
So this guy got a last meal, right? And he didn't finish his pie, right? Because he was wanted to save it for after his execution.
What the fuck?
Because he didn't know what's going on with it. You can't execute people that don't know they're being executed, and this is exactly what was happening to most of these people in the beginning. She touches upon Bundy as well. She almost like proved that he had split personality, but no, I said he was evil. There's an executioner guy that literally pushes the button to electrocute the people, and they're like interviewing him. So it's like what I wanted to know about why these people do these things. She kind of answered it in this doc. It's called Crazy Not Insane.
I thought you said Crazy Night Insane.
No. Crazy,
not insane.
Not insane. Meaning that there's something neurologically wrong with them. It's not that they just all of a sudden want to kill people. Even though there's people like that, the people that she's talking about, it wasn't like that. And she was trying to prove all this in court, and obviously she lost because we're talking about the 60s and 70s. He saw her as a wacko, and they weren't believing her. It's a very interesting doc. It was kind of pretty long. It was almost 2 hours. But yeah, that touched upon my curious thoughts about this whole murder thing.
Okay.
And to close out with the murder stuff, I watched Murder Among Mormons, Bubbles.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah, remember that one?
Yeah.
I watched it.
How many episodes was it?
It's 3 episodes.
It's not that
They're
bad.
50 minutes. But I got an insight into what the hell Mormonism is.
What is?
Okay, so they're all following the Book of Mormon. The Book of Mormon, of which this one guy found that this God being told him, right? Joseph Smith is the founder of it.
Yeah.
This angel came to him and told him, over here there's a golden book, right? You have to go get it. And that became the Book of Mormon, and he transcribed whatever was written in those gold plates. And he started a church from that. It's basically God, but they believe in Joseph Smith was the founder of this whole thing. And their base is Salt Lake City. And this documentary takes place in the 80s. So we're following Mark Hoffman. He claims to have found rare documents aligned with Joseph Smith. So he
in
talked
what
about
way?
Like a literal what was the first one? Letters from him to his wife and stuff like that. And then there was something that was dubbed the Salamander Letter, because inside the Salamander Letter, it says that it was a letter that Joseph Smith sent to his wife, or the other way around, talking about how it wasn't really a God that talked to him. It was a giant salamander that was telling him where these golden bricks were at. And those documents got authenticated by the church and everything. So that guy just started making bank. And
What the fuck is wrong?
after that came out a McClellan collection that talks about that it wasn't really Joseph Smith, but it was his brother. But so the documentary follows this guy, Mark Hoffman. But everything that he's finding, it goes against the church.
Yeah.
Right? So then all of a sudden, the two guys that are authenticating the documents, one of them gets exploded, and then the other guy's wife
Literally
blows up.
exploded?
Yes, there was a bomb in the building, and then Mark Hoffman's car gets exploded. So then there's drama right there. You're like, oh shit, I'm not gonna spoil as to what happens, but those 3 bombings occur. It
Okay.
gets pretty hardcore. I didn't think it was going to get super hardcore, but it's all about protecting the church, and these documents were going against the church, amongst other things. It gets really juicy, and you're trying to figure out who sent these bombs, why are they sent these bombs. This guy's making bank, and then he found other thing, I forgot what it was. Another document that's detailing the transcription of whatever was on the plates. It was just this giant drama, and it was pretty juicy, and I didn't think I was gonna like it, and I liked it. It was pretty good. I liked it more than the Cecil Hotel, to be honest. And it's only 3 episodes, so it's easier to digest.
It's way better.
It was easier
God
to digest. I liked it. I was like, holy shit.
So do you recommend me watching it?
I don't know if you're into that kind of stuff though.
Are you religious, Felix?
I'm not religious, but I like the drama in religion.
Are you getting married by the church?
If I'm asked to, yeah, sure, why not?
She has to ask you to get married by the church?
If she wants to, yeah.
But you need to go to like meetings and shit and learn.
For Catholics, yes. I don't know what's up with Christians. Yeah, Catholic is it's a mess. You have to go to some meetings, then you have to be, I don't know, fucking shit.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you're into this kind of murder mystery stuff. If you are, check it out. It's 3 episodes. I mean, you're in and out. Like they don't hang around too much, you know?
Okay.
Before you know it, it's over.
Oh, so
You're
it's
like,
to the
oh,
point.
shit. It's pretty to the point. And they go through the investigation and they're trying to figure out who sent those bombs. And you're like, oh shit, it's a twist, which I did not know. I was like, oh fuck, that's crazy. It's pretty cool. And then they explained after, you know, because the person that got caught goes into detail and explains how he did it, why he did it, all that other stuff, which a lot of shows like these don't do. They're like, oh, we got him. Yeah, you see it and say it. No, this guy's like, Simón y la verga, and this is why. Because of this, y la verga, da, 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 da. It's pretty interesting.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. So that was
It
for
does sound interesting.
Yeah, that was it for Murder Corner. There's going to be other murder things, but it won't be Murder Corner, so I'm going to retire Murder Corner for now.
Well,
until
don't close the Murder Corner.
Something dose comes out. No, yours is not real Murder Corner. It's what you told me to avoid.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't avoid it. It's fun.
What did you watch?
Freaky.
Okay.
This movie with Vince Vaughn.
Correct.
So shit happens where this killer tries to kill this girl, and the girl and the killer end up swapping consciousness.
As you do.
Yes, exactly. It's a Freaky Friday shit. Exactly on Friday the 13th. So the MVP star and limelight of the movie is Vince Vaughn, obviously. The way he acts as this 13-year-old girl is actually pretty funny.
She's
Not
supposed to
laugh
be
out
13?
No, I'm just saying 13, but she's a teenager. She's in
Oh.
high school.
Oh,
No, she's in high school.
she don't look no damn 13.
Fuck no. None of these kids look 13
No.
or 16 for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some drama in the family on the girl's side, and there's a lot of stuff going on with her family.
Yeah.
So it does kind of play into the story and the characters. But the way Vince Vaughn acts, because he's like this cold-blooded murderer who doesn't really speak, but when he does, it's like he cuts you, then he puts lime on the wound, so he's a psychopath.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing that, then seeing him turn into this girl, then the switch, it's pretty cool. And the kills, they do not shy away to show that crazy shit. So the first 5 minutes of the movie, it's murder. He murders like 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gruesome. And when he's the girl, he murders more people, and it's still gruesome. They don't shy away from showing it. So it's actually pretty fun. The ending is completely you see it coming. It's not the golden thread or nothing, but it's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, I passed on this because it didn't look high quality. What would you rate it?
I'll give it a strong 7.5.
What is you're smiling, Bubbles? What does that mean?
No, it's fine. I don't even remember much about it.
It was just him switching bodies and now killing as a teenage girl.
He was a proper psychopath. Where he was sleeping, he was living like in a mine or something.
Yeah.
And he was sleeping amongst dead animals and tortured
so
animals.
So
It
it's
was fucked
darker
up.
than just like hee 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 ha ha ha.
Yes,
Oh,
it
okay.
is.
See, the tone came off more silly than dark like that.
Oh, it's not.
From
It's
the
really
trailer.
fucking dark.
From the
It's
trailer.
really fucking dark.
Ah, I see. 7.5, and Vince Vaughn is your MVP.
Yes.
Dope.
The girl's cute, but I mean, Vince Vaughn though.
Vince Vaughn. We'll get you in here in a second, Bubbles. You saw the last thing with me just hours ago, but before that, you said hell no to this next thing that I watched, Bubbles, and it was Coming to America, Bubbles.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is pretty much what we've gotten from all the other movies where it's a 2020 rehash with a new coat of paint. It's a remix on the same thing. You grab the same premise or you flip it. You do one thing or another. So what happens is the King of Zamunda, aka Mufasa, dies. Now Eddie Murphy. He
actually dies now?
Yeah, he's the King of
Okay.
Zamunda now. And he finds out that he has a son that is back in
Mhm.
Queens. So he has to go to Queens to get his son. To get his son. That fucking dog is freaking. The dog is fucking me up. You gotta go back to fucking Queens to get his son and bring him back to Zamunda. So it's basically a reverse of the movie where Eddie Murphy's going to Queens to learn everything from over there. He's gotta
Mhm.
bring his son to Zamunda and do like a Zamunda Princess Diaries and teach him how to be a king and learn the customs and all that kind of stuff.
So he's Eddie Murphy's son or the King's son or Mufasa's son?
Eddie Murphy is Mufasa's son.
No, the Queen's guy.
He is Eddie Murphy's son, who is now the king because Mufasa died.
Oh,
But Eddie Murphy also has 3 daughters, so that they've been brought up and they know what the hell, right? And they're fighters y la verga. So
Mhm.
it's that whole dynamic of fish out of water again, but it's reverse. Now in Zamunda, and he's trying to do all these customs. And I mean, the list of black important actors in this thing is crazy. You got Eddie Murphy, of course. You got Wesley Snipes. You got
Wesley's in there?
Yeah, he's like the bad guy military guy that wants to join the families in Zamunda.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of like the bad guy. And because that whole part was too serious to me, which the movie in the 80s isn't that serious with war and like, oh, if you don't do this, we're gonna die. It strips away from the movie. The original movie was from the 80s. It's simple. It's just go back and do that, and you need to marry. It doesn't feel like there's an imminent danger that's looming over your head. And this one's kind of like, oh shit, Wesley Snipes.
It's more lighthearted, right?
Yeah, Wesley Snipes is gonna fuck you up, and it's kind of like, okay, set in 2020, you know, okay. Leslie Jones plays the baby mama. He was the boy's mama. We got Lunel running around, Tracy Morgan, Morgan Freeman. Anybody that you think that's black is probably in this movie.
Morgan Freeman?
He's in there, yeah. He's running around in there. I did giggle. It's funny.
I did giggle.
It's funny.
I hope it's a fucking comedy movie.
But like I said, it has all this very serious shit with like Wesley Snipes and the military trying to take over. It's weird. But there's a lot of 2020 commentary when Eddie Murphy comes back to Queens. He doesn't know what's going on, and the barbershop is like schooling him kind of like what's going on. He doesn't know Lyft, so he's like trying to hail a taxi, but he can't do that no more. It's kind of like that. You still have some of the old school characters that Eddie Murphy did. He's reprising his role. He's got everybody from McDougal's running around as well in there.
Who?
That's the McDonald's in the old one.
Oh,
You never watched the old one?
oh, it's been a minute.
Well, McDougal's. So there's like a Zamunda McDougal's chain, and it's like explaining why McDougal's isn't McDonald's, and talking about a meat-free patty. So that kind of comedy. It's just what we've seen from all these 30-year later. No, not even that. Just 30-year later sequels.
Okay.
It's nothing new. It was on Amazon. I know a lot of people were stoked for it. It's okay. It's okay. I'm honestly gonna probably forget about it. I would give it a 7, maybe 7.5.
I think that's high.
The costumes are great. The music is great. There's dancing in there.
So the production value is very cool.
There's very good production value. Some of the CGI, there's a lion at one point. It's kind of like, okay, it looks a little off. But yeah, it's just a 30-year-old sequel. as we've
Figures.
gotten. Speaking of sequels, bruh.
So, I also watched a sequel, but there was an animated sequel. It's called Pacific Rim: The Black.
Yeah.
It's 7 episodes, 22 minutes a pop, and it's okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean it's not Pacific Rim Uprising, which this takes place after, but it's
But wait, you are a giant Pacific Rim mark. That's your favorite movie of all time.
yes.
And just the way you said it's okay. That means it's not.
I mean, I'm gonna give you the rating right now.
Okay.
It's kind of a 7, more of a 6.5 for me.
Oh shit! All right, let's delete that shit off the list, bro.
Cause so the story is that it takes place with these two kids who find this. They kind of get marooned in in a part of Australia because their parents had to destroy these kaijus, and shit happened. So they get stranded with all these other kids, and they find a Jaeger.
Sounds
When
like
they find the
Digimon.
Jaeger, which is the giant fucking robot. What did he say?
He says it sounds like Digimon.
It kind of sounds like actually. Wow, I did not make the connection, but yeah. So everything happens when this kaiju attacks them. They get in the Jaeger, and that's where the story picks up. So the story is slow. The Jaeger fight or the kaiju Jaeger fights are actually not that cool at first.
Okay.
Basically, the sixth episode I think is the best because that's where mostly everything happens. There was a reveal with one of the characters that they find along the way that was out of left field, but it did not caught me off guard or nothing. It was like, oh, okay, you did that. I don't know why, but
so
okay.
It sounds like they grabbed an existing franchise and just try to spin something off real quick.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it feels,
Man,
and
guess why?
it's not that good. I mean, it's not.
I'm disappointed for you, bruh. I can
yeah,
hear
I'll-
the pain in your voice.
I know because
You're butthurt.
really hurt because I have to say that the fights in Pacific Rim Uprising are way better than these because, I mean, this is in a little bit in the future, but I mean, they fight one kaiju a lot of times, and that's it.
Did they leave it open for more seasons?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm really thinking about watching another season if it comes out.
Yeah, you sound hella disappointed. You sound
Bien
heartbroken.
cabrón, güey. Neta,
I
neta,
thought
bien
that the
cabrón.
animation. I thought the animation looked pretty good.
It is cool, but I don't know why that animation style does not get me.
Mm.
Do you know who Arc System Works are?
No.
They do the Guilty Gear games.
Mm.
They should start doing anime because the trailer for the new Guilty Gear would be that animation engine would be so amazing if they started doing anime with that engine and with that style.
Mm-hmm.
If Pacific Rim Uprising was done with that engine,
Yeah.
I would actually not be that butthurt because I would have something to grasp on.
Mm.
But no.
It sounds like it's empty. It sounds like it's no emotional, nothing.
Yeah, no,
The
nothing.
reason I didn't watch is because I haven't seen the two movies, and I didn't want to be disrespectful and jump in a series without watching those two movies. And I was like, I'm gonna watch those two movies, but I just didn't come around to it. Now, I'm gonna watch the two movies, but I'm not watching that.
I mean, they reference the movies, but they're small references. The one you should watch, I would think, is the first one. The second one, that's a hit and miss depending on who you ask. For me, it was like it's a good time, but it's not as good as the first one. And well, the animation is shit.
Are you watching, Bubbles?
Please don't.
No.
You said it was Digimon.
It sounds like Digimon, but it's not Digimon.
Mira.
Like the premise sounds like Digimon.
Little at the first 10 minutes, just the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Alrighty. We got a couple more emanations to go through.
Mm-hmm.
An animation that I wasn't crazy about the art style either, but I sat down and watched this movie was the Tom and Jerry movie, bro.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
I sat down and watched the emanation.
That's not an animation.
The animation? What do you mean?
That's not animation. That's a live action movie.
But the characters are animated. What are you talking about?
Okay.
I'm not crazy
That's not
about that animation either. I didn't like it. I didn't like how it looked. It didn't feel like it mended correctly with the outside world. Plus, it's not how I'm used to looking at these characters. It was like cartoony but 3D, but in real life cartoony. And then they would blend it, like people walking around with dogs would have those kind of dogs, or they would have a cat and they were that kind of cat, like in that kind of animation. It wasn't a real dog or a real anything. There was elephants also at one point, but there were, and I just
animated.
I wasn't crazy about the animation. But what happens is, you have to throw in a live action person, a real actor in there. So Chloe Grace Moretz is like down on her luck. She's trying to get a job. She sneaks and connives.
I thought you meant in real life.
No,
Also,
that's why. No, in the movie, she sneaks and connives her way into getting a job at a hotel. In the hotel, there's going to be a giant, big wedding happening. Right, it's this giant Indian wedding that's happening between, I forget, this really pretty Indian actress and Colin Jost, aka Mr. Scarlett Johansson. He was also in Coming to America, which was weird because I saw those two movies back to back. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? The general manager of the hotel is what's the guy with no superpowers in Deadpool?
Ay cabrón.
Tony, something like that. He's got like a one-off name. Richard. Anyway, SOA. And then
the Sugar Bear?
Yeah, Sugar Bear. Yeah. He's the general manager. He's the major boss. Underneath him, we have Michael Pena running around with a heavy Mexican accent. He put on that accent hard, right? Jerry's homeless. Tom is homeless. Jerry moves into the hotel. Chloe Grace Moretz hires Tom to get Jerry out. That's it. They make a mess. There's shenanigans. Yes, that's the movie. There's shenanigans. There's make mess. There's a mess all over. There's cagadero, right? I did like that there was a bunch of classic characters from the Tom and Jerry series running around. The black cat. I forget the name of the Bruce. Is that the name of the dog? The dog. The white cat.
I think so.
Droopy was in there running around as well for some reason.
Droopy went. Oh no!
Yeah, the goldfish. Like a bunch of classic Tom and Jerry characters are featured heavily in the movie. What I wasn't too crazy about is that they mix like new hip hop music and reggaeton to the background of the
fuck?
Like to make it hip, you know.
Sounds strange.
Yeah, it's just hip hop, but it's like old school white people hip hop that white people.
What the fuck is that?
That like white people would approve, kinda.
God. Like Will Smith kind of hip hop?
Kinda, and then mixed with other stuff, reggaeton, new shit, kinda. It's just what all the soundtracks for all these movies are like. Remember the one for Scoop? It's kind of like that too, where they mix in some hip hop flavor to it, right? I was chuckling because Michael Pena is funny no matter what he's doing. He was my MVP. He had a hardcore Mexican accent. I think his name was Mendoza, actually.
Family?
Yeah. So, I mean, I enjoyed it, I guess, just because I'm a Tom and Jerry mark though. But again, the question that always comes up is like, yeah, who the fuck is this for? Like, my little nephew's not gonna sit down and watch Tom and Jerry. I doubt he gives a shit. So it's like, make it cool. Like, do the old school art style with it. You know, it just, the animation I wasn't too crazy about.
Okay.
Because it just looked too 3D. It's weird. I'm not used to looking at them like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was chuckling. Like, there's good jokes. There's funny stuff. There's stabs at things, and some things hits and some things don't. Like, it's not a revolutionary movie. I think I liked it more than Scoob. I think I liked it more than Coming to America. But yeah, it's not bad. It's okay. I was reading also this morning, because you can only watch this either in the theater or on HBO Plus. HBO Max. Some people were hitting play on Tom and Jerry, you know, and the Snyder Cut came on.
Oh,
so it leaked.
No.
Yeah, the Snyder Cut leaked. So there's been leaks on the Snyder Cut already.
Is it on the internet?
I don't know if it's like already up to download like that. I don't know.
Verga,
I
güey.
doubt, other than me, the people that actually want to sit down and watch Tom and Jerry, they're putting it for their fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? But it was just not. It wasn't everybody. It was just some people. I didn't get it. It was only some people.
Oh, no mames.
I wasn't lucky enough.
I mean, damn.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Imagine sitting down in the fucking Snyder Cut. I have to pause it. Bubbles, get your stupid ass over here, bro.
Yeah.
Get your ass over here. We're watching Tom and fucking Jerry, bro. What? It doesn't come out in like 10 days or whatever. There's still controversy with that fucking movie. And
I think it's next week. The 18th, the 13th?
Yeah, something like that. Not the 13th. I gotta double check. I gotta mark it on the calendar. Get Bubbles over here.
Can I go?
Yeah. No. You can fend for yourself, bro. Anyway, let's get Bubbles into this episode finally after 30 minutes, Bubbles. The last thing we watched was Raya and the Last Dragon.
Oh.
On Disney Plus. Bubbles forked over the extra $30 fucking to be able to watch it on Disney Plus.
Verga.
Some fucking bullshit. Anyway, we could have just waited. Isn't Mulan for free now on there?
I think so.
Yes.
Okay. So by the time it
since
comes out like
December.
DVD, yeah, whatever, how long it takes for DVD, I guess you can watch it for free. But yeah, let's talk about Raya and the Last Dragon. So, it's this
Please.
mystical world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's ruled with dragons and these fucking like evil pelos that come and stone people, like Medusas, turn them into stone. And these dragons fend them off, and the dragons turn into stone, and they themselves create this crystal, this emerald, right? And one of the province of the land is taking care of it, but all the other provinces están in the verga because they don't have the stone, and they say that they are fruits of their labor y todo eso is because of the stone. So everybody attacks the stone, and they get the stone, and they break the stone, and then shenanigans start to ensue. 6 years later, we're looking for the pieces together and looking for a dragon, right? That's basically what we're trying to do, is get a dragon to bring everybody who's in stone back to life. What'd you think of Raya and the Last Dragon, Bubbles?
It was alright. It was a good time. It's a mixture of a bunch of shit. Like, I've never watched Avatar, but I feel like it's very Avatar.
The Last Airbender one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because of the nations, and they're fighting for the shit.
Yeah.
And it also had like these video gamey vibes about the missions and the quests and shit, and getting the crystals and the fighting.
The temples. It made it feel like there were temples. You had to go in there in the beginning, but then after that, she was doing other things.
So the dragon comes on fairly quick.
Yeah.
The voice, you're gonna have to get used to it.
Yeah.
Neta?
Because it is voiced by Aquafina.
Aquafina. Uh-huh.
And because she's a dragon, she turns herself into a human as well. And the human looks just like Aquafina. So it's kind of hard not to see Aquafina. Not that I'm
Okay.
annoyed by her, but her voice isn't pleasant.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
fair to say. It's raspy. No, is that fucked up to say?
You don't like raspy voices?
Not for an hour and 47 minutes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? She
Okay.
does have soft points, but in the beginning she's just super. It's Aquafina way. She comes hard in the paint pretty quickly,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, okay. But you do get used to it though. You have to get used to it. You do get used to it. There is a ton of fucking characters. They threw in all the cuteness they could into this thing. There's this
It's a dragon?
No, into all different characters. There's this baby with 3 monkeys. There's Tuk Tuk, which is like a giant, what you call it? Like a giant armadillo. There's a big fat guy, and then there's a dragon, and then there's a kid. There's just a lot of cuteness, and there's a lot of a large cast of characters that are running around with Raya.
Mm-hmm.
It did look good. It looked really good. The fighting was also pretty well done, don't you think, Bubbles?
It was alright.
It's nothing to write home about, but it was good. I did like the world, the dust in the world. It did feel like a video game, like you were saying. You have to figure out one thing to another. I don't know how much this had to do with it, but with it being actually today is International Women's Day, I would say the cast is 80% women, right?
No,
No.
it was pretty 50-50.
What the fuck were you looking at?
Who's just
It's just the baby, the dragon, Raya, the bad guy's mama, the monkey, the other. What are you talking about? They're all ladies.
what about the kid and the big guy and the
That's
father?
2. That's 3. That's it. You stopped. The rest of
There's 3 and 3.
3 and I did 7, bro.
What do you mean 7? It's Raya and the lesbian girl, and that's it.
Yeah, we
Lesbian girl.
because they were looking at each other like kind of hardcore in
There's
the
a
beginning.
big lesbian energy going on.
There is.
Like big, like
Okay.
right at the bat.
Because
right at the bat.
Raya doesn't have a love interest either, which that's what they do with these new age superheroes. They don't give them love interest, which is kind of cool. But the way they're looking at each other and staring each other eyes, and they do those kind of kind of like.
And they have lesbian haircuts.
I mean,
Walks away.
I didn't say that he did.
The
It's
fuck
literally-
is a lesbian haircut?
Look at the video.
Picture it in your head.
Look at the video and look at his haircut. That's literally the haircut.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought there was gonna be some kind of lesbian shit, which would have been cool.
And they're both princesses.
They're
like
both princesses.
Badass
Oh, neta?
princesses.
They fight. Yeah. So it's very empowering for women. I'm shook that you didn't see 80% of the cast being ladies.
No.
I'm not saying I have a problem with that. I was just like, okay, cool. Well, women's one.
I mean, they're the main leads of the movie. They're like,
But the bad guy's also a lady. Her and her mama are ladies.
yeah.
The daddy's stoned for half of the movie. Wait, what are you talking about?
Why are you smoking?
Well, none of the other dragons were talking, but they were assigned sex, I guess.
Do you like it better than Mulan?
Do I like it better than Mulan?
Yeah.
The cartoon Mulan?
The new Mulan.
I don't know if we can compare like that.
I think we can.
It's kind of cheating because we're comparing something that we knew that they fucked up versus something that we've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of tough.
Yeah, they fucked it up.
I think the
Just because it's Chinese is why you'd say. They didn't even outright say Chinese. All I know is Charisse. I don't know. The only reason I know it's Chinese is because she said "ba" for her dad, and that means dad in Chinese. But no one says outright this is our Chinese culture or whatever. They do a lot of Asian things where she takes off her sandals to walk into this
those
temple.
are like the Chinese dragons, right? Because they're not like the regular dragon. These are like Chinese dragons.
But Chinese dragons are like half cat, half
Like serpents.
yeah.
Well, these are serpents
They're
too.
kind of serpenty, I guess.
I
I'm
don't
just
like
trying
those
to
kind of dragons.
No,
They're weird.
well, they're serpenty. That's what Mushu is.
I don't like Mushu.
Que la verga. So you don't like what was your point of bringing up Mulan with this? Just because it's Chinese?
I don't know. They kind of have like the vibe of the girl trying to save the realm
Yeah.
and the father and stuff.
Okay.
Being a lesbian. She has a pretty cool sword.
Yeah, she has like a Ivy sword for Soul Calibur,
Mm-hmm.
where she like it detaches and it goes really far.
There must be like a legend or something about that on the Chinese, about a sword like that, because there's ones on Fire Emblem too, the new one, like a sword that can like whoosh, become a whip.
It's not a bad watch. I did enjoy it. I don't know if it's gonna have the impact that all these other ones have had. By all these other ones, I mean Moana, Frozen, and like that.
Do you like it better than Big Hero 6?
No,
No? What?
Big Hero 6 is dope, bro.
What? I feel
Fuck.
like people forget about it.
Fucking Baymax, we do. But it's Baymax.
But it's better than this one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why you don't? You don't think so?
I don't know.
The guy isn't the main guy Asian as well?
No.
Seaway, isn't it
Seaway.
Yoshi something?
He's
Isn't it
from
Yoshi?
San
The
Fran,
Japanese.
Stop way San Fran Tokyo, bro.
It's not full on Chinese.
No, but he Asian.
I think this one's more creative.
It's a whole different world. It's not just grabbing the backdrop of San Francisco and naming it San Fran Tokyo. That's fine. I feel like just all those characters, they threw a lot at you. And it wasn't, I don't know how much culture we got out of it. You know what I mean?
I didn't like the beginning and I didn't like the ending
Okay.
because the beginning is very predictable.
Yeah.
And also the ending's very predictable.
I mean, it's a Disney movie, bro.
I just like the journey in the middle.
Yeah. because it does have a video game feel of collect the stones and come back and do this, and there's this temple, and then every time they went to a different location, it would say on screen, you know.
Raja's really pretty.
Who?
Raja.
Raya's pretty.
Yeah, she's pretty.
It all looks good. I just don't think it's gonna be like a phenomenon as we've seen in the past with like Coco and Frozen and all that.
No mames, no, güey. Coco's un potazo aquí, güey.
I know, but if this was China, way.
Nah, but no, güey.
Es otro pedo.
They slaving people and shit.
Shout outs to China.
Pendeja.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good watch. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It looks pretty to watch. I was entertained. I had a few things that I was like, what? Okay, cool. When you're fighting over stuff that doesn't make sense, it's kind of feel like, okay, whatever. But they try to do their best in explaining it.
Mm-hmm.
The big fucking pedos, the evil pedos that turn you into stone, those were kind of cool.
The evil bells?
Yeah, they called it Calamity, I think. Yeah, it was literally just these dark clouds that go over you, and once they go over you, you turn into stone.
It's kind of Breath of the Wild-y.
Yeah, it's kind of like a lot of things.
Yeah.
But it's not its own thing. It's weird. It's not a bad watch. If you're not super stoked, you won't really miss a whole lot if you wait for it just to be free on the Plus.
Okay.
On Disney Plus, it's not. You don't have to go out there and spend $30 on it.
I won't.
It's okay. It's okay. It's just okay.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. I really think that it's just not gonna blow up like these other ones, and I may be wrong. Who knows? Right?
Let's see. Who knows?
Because not even Mulan, the live action Mulan, didn't blow up like they thought it was going to.
No, mames, no way.
It fell flat. Like commercial wise, there wasn't Mulan toys, there wasn't Mulan stuff like that. I am curious as to why they attacked the Asian culture again. We already have, like, the first thing I would be like, no, we have Mulan already. Let's try something else, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But if you really wanted to tell that story, it would have to be there. But we'll see. Yeah, that's all the fuck shit we watched this week, bruh.
How would you score it?
I'll give it a solid 8.
I'll give it an 8 too.
Yeah, it's a solid 8.
Okay.
The MVP was the baby because she made me laugh.
Piqued my interest.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just you don't have to spend $30. Wait.
Oh, I won't.
I mean, if you had a child that you're gonna fucking play it 10 times a day, so you shut the fuck up. Yeah, it makes sense. But not.
So me.
Probably, yeah. Yeah. Who was your MVP, Bubbles?
I
I didn't look at the cast, but I'm pretty sure that most of it was Asian cast. What's the name of the girl from Star Wars?
Killing Me Tran?
I think she was playing Raya.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. I told you it was Marie Tran. You didn't believe me. You said taka taka.
Puto.
That's what he said.
He's not wrong.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. You fucked up.
Taka taka, güey, qué culero.
No, what's
That's
the name
funny.
of the thing? Tuk tuk. Tuk tuk. Pretty close. Yeah. Anything else you want to say to the Goofy people, Bubbles?
No.
Anything you want to say to the Felix?
Be cool.
Be cool. Yeah, if you guys like this banter, leave a comment down below what you guys have been watching. Maybe if we pick it up and start watching it, we shout you out. If not, what you watched, what you thought about all these things we watched. Fucking Freaky, Tom and Jerry, Coming to America, Pacific Rim, where you disappointed like my homie. Oh, I feel sorry. I feel bad for you, bro.
Thank you.
I can hear the pain. Did you watch Raya and the Last Dragon, or you wait for it to come out? Is Aquafina's voice annoying? Anything down there at the comments, you can find us at the Geeks and Joysticks on the Instagram, soon to becoming a Facebook page as well. You can find me at Enterprises, PAURAZAS. You can follow Alex, aka Bubbles, at Alex_Mac201, and our ghosty friend at Jafel91.
Jeez.
Yeah. All right, let's get the fuck up on out of here. Always and forever. You do you.
Bye-bye. Pop, puto.
Oh.
Hija de tu puta. Hey, wait, you have one? fucking Jew.